Hari Om. Bhagavan revealed his identity to Arjuna, that he alone exists as this world through his twofold Prakriti, Apara and Para Prakriti. So Apara Prakriti is the eightfold Prakriti, and Para Prakriti is that consciousness which alone expresses as life. And together these two Prakritis alone express as this vast cosmos and all beings. So an individual also is a combination of Para and Apara Prakriti, and the self in me is the same divinity. It's not different from that divinity. Bhagavan also indicated few vibhutis by which we can experience his presence in the world, in the water, on earth, in the sky, in the scriptures, in the sun and the moon, in the strength and tapas. Everywhere one can feel the presence of God. So all that is born from sattva-gun, tamo-gun or rajogun is ultimately born from God alone. So if he is all-pervading, he is our own self and present in each and every object of this world, what prevents us from recognizing ourselves as that divinity? Bhagavan says that is because of these three gunas, and the vikar of these three gunas, one fails to recognize oneself. There is this moha. So these three gunas create that moha, confusion, misunderstanding, and prevents us from recognizing our own self. So mohitam na abhijanati mam ebhya param avyayam. Bhagavan says, because of these three gunas and their vikar, the entire world of all beings do not recognize me as someone superior and free from all modification. So how to transcend these three gunas and recognize the self? A beautiful method Bhagavan gives in this verse. We will chant it again. Verse number 14. Daivi hyesha gunamayi Mama maya duratyaya Mame vaye prapadyante Mayam ye tam taranti te Daivi hyesha gunamayi Mama maya duratyaya Mayam ye tam taranti te. Bhagavan says that these three gunas are also called Maya. See, Maya, Prakriti, the three gunas, they are synonyms. Maya and Prakriti are same. So the term Maya is used here, and this Maya has got these three gunas. Gunamayi, Mama Maya. Bhagavan says this my Maya, which has got these three gunas, is divine. Daivi, he Esha. It is divine. It belongs to me. It is not something bad. But it's very difficult to transcend this Maya. Duratyaya, difficult to transcend. So what is this Maya? It's Prakriti only, and what you call Bhagavan's own Shakti. It's also depicted as Bhagavan's power. This Maya is not an object outside or some other phenomena. It is not something different from God. Therefore, it is not that God and Maya are two different units. It is his Bhagwan's power itself. And this Maya has to be understood from various standpoints. When we look at this world, we experience the world as having these three gunas, sattva gun, rajogun, tamogun. So we look at Maya as the cause of this world, as the origin of this world, because it has got the same gunas which are there in Maya. From the standpoint of Maya itself, it is inexplicable. It becomes difficult to comprehend and explain Maya. That also we'll see. And from the highest standpoint, from the standpoint of that supreme reality, there is no such thing called Maya. The Maya itself disappears. So it's a very strange and a very incomprehensible power of the Lord to project the world, to sustain the world, and again dissolve the world. This Maya has got these three gunas or qualities, the tamogun, rajogun, and sattva gun. This is a very interesting quality, wherein through tamogun, the reality hides itself. With the help of this power called tamogun, the reality, the Brahma or the Ishvara, hides his own real nature. With the power of rajogun, it projects something else, projects this world, projects something different from its own nature. That supreme reality is changeless, it projects a changing world. That supreme reality is pure existence, it projects a world which constantly gets destroyed. That supreme reality is of the nature of pure happiness, it projects a world which is full of sorrow and pain. So it has got this power to project something totally different from its intrinsic nature. But that sattva gun is also there, which has got this power to remove all this projection, remove all this confusion, and again make one realize one's own nature. It's like our dream. We have this waking experience, all of us are sitting here. Here itself, if we go to sleep, I am not encouraging you, then though you are sitting in this hall, first thing which happens when we go to sleep is we become unaware of this hall, unaware of where we are, unaware of our own personality and all. Then we project something else, and that something else can be anything. It can be a beautiful a lake or a mountain or some other place, other city. It can be just outer space also. So we project something else and we experience it. But our own power makes us wake up from that dream. Similarly, this cosmic reality, God, with his own power of this Maya, projects this world, creates this whole play, and also comes out of it. As an individual, God alone as an individual plays in this world and also after some time comes out of this. Just as our own body, if you imagine the body, there are so many different cells in the body. Millions of cells are there. Now I experience the body as my own self. I experience the body as something which is under my control. I can walk, I can sit, I can jump. It is under my control. Each and every part of my body is under my control. But at the same time, there are millions of cells, and each of these cells have their own individual activity and function. Now just imagine, You have to use your power of imagination. Just imagine that you want to experience this body from a limited standpoint, like a cell. That I just decide that let me become one cell. And then from the standpoint of that cell, look at this body, my own body. Let me become my own little heart and look at around. Let me become my kidney and look around. Let me become my lungs and look at my own body. So it will be a totally different experience altogether. Similarly, that supreme reality, Ishvara, who is the entire cosmos, with all the objects and all the beings, but he alone as a limited being experiences this world. But when he experiences this world as an individual, as a limited being, he also undergoes lots of ups and downs. He forgets his own reality. He projects something else. But intrinsically, there is also this key in him to come out of this delusion and recognize his own self. So all of us are Ishvara who has forgotten our own real identity. And we are experiencing this world as a limited being. And I, with my own power, has made myself forget my real nature. That power is called Tamogun. And I have projected this entire world for me to experience, that is Rajogun. Then I get tired of this. I said, enough. Let me come out of this delusion. Then I activate Sattva Gun. I attend satsang, I do some sadhana, this, that. I activate that Sattva Gun and come out of this. I come to recognize myself as that divinity, as Chidananda Rupa, Shivoham, Shivoham. I come to recognize myself as Shiva. So that power of God, which has got this power to delude him and create a different world, is called Maya. So this Maya is not something bad. Bhagavan says Daivi, it is Daivi. Bhagavan at the same time exists as Ishvara also, and he also plays as the various jivas. So this Maya, Bhagavan says, is Daivi, is divine, because it belongs to me. It's not something which we have to curse or get scared about. Therefore, in our Puranas and all, this Maya and Ishvara is depicted as a couple also, like Shiva and Parvati. So Shiva is that Purusha and Parvati is the Prakriti or Shakti or Maya. Together, they are the parents of this entire world. So Daivi, my Maya is Daivi, he Isha. And it can be experienced directly. When we experience this world, it is an experience of Bhagavan and his Maya. We are experiencing something limited. We are experiencing something as though different from me. So all this is experience of that Maya Shakti only. In a limited way, we experience it in our day-to-day life also. Therefore, that famous example in Vedanta of rope and snake. Though there is rope which is lying there, because of the light and shadow and all, I feel there is a snake. So I don't see the rope, I see the snake. And when I see the snake, I get scared. So not seeing the rope is like Tamogun. Seeing the snake is called Rajogun. And when I investigate, let me see what type of snake is this, what is it doing here, from where it has come. I look more intently, more intensely. When I look, where? There itself where the snake is, I see the rope. A person who is seeing the rope, he points to the same snake and says the whole thing which you are seeing is rope. Another fellow who is seeing the snake, he points to the same object and says, oh, the whole thing is snake. So for this person who is seeing snake, he is seeing the delusory effect. And for the person who is seeing rope, he has come out of delusion. For a realized master, when he looks at this world, he says, oh, the whole world is God. For an ignorant person, he looks at this world, oh, the whole world is full of trouble only, full of sorrow, full of pain, full of limitation, full of change. So this Maya is something which one experiences directly. Therefore the term Esha, Esha means this Maya, Bhagavan says, definitely, verily is Devi, and it has got these three gunas, Gunamayi. And these three gunas we see in each and everything of this world. Everything. The more we go into the depth of any object, the more it appears very mysterious. Even from this great scientist and all, when they try to understand this world, the deeper they go into it, the more mysterious it becomes. In the good old days, they thought that if they can find the minutest unit of this world, atom, they have understood everything. But even after finding that atom, they come to know that atom is also made up of particles. And those particles are so very strange that they don't follow any common sense qualities. They behave in the most strange way. So the particle with which this world is made is very, very strange. We don't know how they behave, what are their qualities. So it's very, very mysterious, this world. Therefore, Bhagavan says it is Gunamayi. Tamogun is that jadatva or inertia or ignorance or laziness. Rajogun is activity, and Sattva gun is intelligence. Therefore, even in a small little atom, we see that there is inertia, some mass is there, that is like tamogun. It is full of activity, it is constantly active, that is rajogun. But its activity is based on certain rules, certain laws. They are very definite. There is a plan, there is a pattern behind that activity. So that is the intelligence. Even a living being, the activity is there, but it is based on certain laws. There is the intelligence behind that activity. So intelligence, activity, as well as there's inertia, inertness, all three together exist in this world. We experience it, and these three are called the gunas. So Bhagavan says, my Maya, or this Prakriti, the Ashtadha Prakriti, is Trigunatmika. So Akash, Vayu, Agni, Jal, Prithvi, all of them are Satvik, Rajasic, Tamasic. The mind and intellect, everything is Satvik, Rajasic, Tamasic. So Gunamayi, Mama Maya, though it is delusory, it is my Maya. It doesn't delude me completely. It doesn't delude me as Ishvara, because it is my Maya. Just like a magician, he performs some magic, but it doesn't delude that magician. But the one who is watching that, looking at that magic, gets deluded, gets totally surprised seeing that magic. But it doesn't delude that magician. In the same way, this Maya doesn't delude that reality, that Brahma or Ishvara. So, because it is his Maya. Mama Maya, Duratyaya, but it is very difficult to cross over. I, as an individual, you and I, though we are of the nature of that supreme reality, at present we think ourselves to be limited. That is because of this Maya. We feel that I am born and I will die. That is because of this Maya. We are experiencing something which we are not. That is Maya. Even after being explained and told very vividly and clearly, still we don't believe. Still we have doubts. That's Maya. It's very strange. It's very, very strange. So it is an intrinsic nature. It's a nature of this Maya to delude, to project, and to remove us from delusion. All three are there. Therefore, yesterday also I said these three gunas, they oppose each other. But when they are in equilibrium, they create this illusion of this world. When the tamogun increases, we go into a state of total unawareness. When rajogun increases, we are in a state of delusion and all this projection is seen. But when we are in a state of sattva gun and shuddha sattva, we become free of this delusion. It's like an intelligent, yesterday I said, intelligent person gets drunk and behaves non-intelligently. So this Maya is very difficult to cross over. To even accept that I am someone who is most mighty and free from all change, free from all destruction, is even difficult to accept. It's it's amazing. It's like a beggar who is traditionally beggar, means who's khandani beggar. Means his begging history goes back to the Akbar ke zamane mein. That fellow, if he is told that you are not a beggar, you are a king, that he will not believe, not accept. It doesn't sink in. It doesn't sink in. See, ordinary thing of this world doesn't sink in. And this is so fantastic, unimaginable. Because our brain is made in such a way that the brain that which it doesn't understand, it doesn't accept. It doesn't, even if it is seen, it will not accept it. So it's very difficult to believe. It's like if suppose somebody is told that a tiny little atom has got tremendous power, it has got so much energy in it that it can be used to generate a lot of electricity or whatever. It's difficult because tiny little atom, how? But the same power, they tap it. It is used for destruction also, like nuclear bomb and atom bomb and all. That power is there in an atom. Similarly, the scriptures tell us that you are essentially divine. You are that Brahma, not this tiny little being which you think you are. You are not a man or a woman. You are not a Indian or American or Hindu or Muslim or anything. You are that Brahma. Full stop. It's like space. The pot is not the space. Space is something different from the pot. So even after it is been told again and again, we fail to comprehend because of tamogun. We comprehend something else because of rajogun. But when we invoke that sattva gun, which we can invoke through prayer, through satsang, when we invoke the sattva gun, slowly and steadily we come out of that delusion. So Maya, mama Maya duratyaya, Bhagavan says, my Maya is very difficult to cross over, but there is a solution. And what is the solution? Mameva ye prapadyante, mayam etam tarantite. You have to remember this line. This is the secret. This is the key to come out of this delusion. This alone will be told again and again in different words, in different ways. Even in the conclusion of this Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavan tells Arjuna, कि सर्वधर्मान परित्यज्य मामेकम शरणम व्रज अहंत्वा सर्व पापेभ्यः मोक्षयिष्यामि मा शुचः. कि you surrender to me. Bhagavan says, Mam eva, he who prapadyante, he who surrenders to me alone. Here me doesn't mean Krishna, a person who was born in Dwapar Yuga. Here it doesn't mean a particular individual. Here when Bhagavan says I, we should understand him as he has revealed his nature. He has said that this para and apara prakriti are my prakriti. They belong to me. So a part of apara or para prakriti we should not take as God and surrender. Oh, I am going to Vrindavan to surrender. I am going to Haridwar to surrender. No. Then you are surrendering to a God who is limited in one particular place, limited in time, limited in concept. No. We are talking about that God who looks at this both para and apara prakriti as belonging to him. And that God is in us as our own self. There is someone, or there is this self in us which is aware of both that which we see and the one who is seeing. It's very interesting. Let me take some object. Now this watch. Watch the watch. I use it to, okay, I need not. So, this watch is made up of apara prakriti. It is apara prakriti, made up of 5 elements. And the seer of the watch is the para prakriti. I, the seer, is called para prakriti. And this is apara prakriti. Now very interesting. There is someone in me who is aware of not only the watch, but is aware of I looking at the watch. So that which is nameless, formless, subtle, is the God in me. He is aware of the seer as well as the seen. He is aware of the experiencer as well as the experience. Both this experiencer and experience belong to him. The experiencer is the para prakriti and the experienced is the apara prakriti, but both of them belong to me, belong to that I, that pure consciousness, that pure self. So what does it mean to surrender? Surrender means to give up all other identity, to give up all other identification with my body, with my mind, drop all other identity and just surrender to my own real nature. It is something subjective. It is something which one has to do with one's deep, subtle understanding. It is like our Sant Naneshwar Maharaj gives example. He says it is like the wave surrendering to water. Just imagine that you are the wave and you just surrender to water. What does it mean? It means surrender. Just imagine that you are born as a wave. You think you are a wave. You have other waves as your parents, your brother, sister, your uncle wave, your auntie wave. So all these waves are there. And you always think that I am a wave and I have to do something in this world. I have to serve other waves if you are a good person. Or I have to beat that wave, black and blue, if you are a blue person or bad person. So all the time my notion is the